So this is lecture 9 for unit 2. So in continuation of the other curves, just we are considering what is the curve and how we will draw the curves using various algorithms. So in this case, we can define the curve. Curve is nothing but a large set of points. So it consists of a number of points, or we can say the pixels. So with the help of the large set of pixels, we can draw the curve easily. And so far we have already discussed a number of algorithms to draw the curve and other type of curves. That is the circle and other types of curves. We use midpoint algorithm for the circle, and we will proceed in the similar fashion as in case of the straight line. Whenever we are going to draw the straight line, then we used simple DDA, symmetrical DDA and Bresenham algorithm. So for each curve, we will proceed in the similar fashion and we will use the incremental method. Now there are number of categories for the curves. So we are going to broadly classify into three categories. First is called the explicit and another is the implicit and parametric curves. So implicit curve is defined by an implicit function and we use f x comma y is equal to 0. So far we have already studied regarding such type of function in the mathematics. So f x comma y is equal to 0. So this is called the implicit form, or in this case we can say that implicit curve we can get with the help of this function. So whenever we will proceed and we will use the incremental method, then in this case again we will get various points for x and y. Okay, if we are increasing y, then we will get the values of x, or we are increasing the value of x, then we will get the different values of y. And so forth, we can draw the graph for the implicit curve. Okay, so circle is also one of the category which lie under the implicit curve. Now we can say that it can represent multi-valued curves, multiple y values for an x values. So this is the common example for the circle x square plus y square minus r square. So with the help of this equation f x comma y is equal to 0, we can also get such type of circle x square plus y square minus r square. So this comes under the category of the implicit curve. So what are the explicit curves? Now in this case, again we consider a function which is y is equal to fx, and y is equal to fx can be plotted as a curve. So in this case, we have already studied y is equal to fx. Y is a function of fx. So here first we will assign a function to the fx, and then corresponding values of y we can calculate. So in this case, suppose fx is equal to sin x, okay, or cos x, then y is equal to sin x. So for after putting or providing the values of x, we can calculate the corresponding values of y. Okay, so in this case, we will increase the value of x and we will get, or we can calculate sin 0, sin 10, 20, 30 and so on, and then we can draw easily the curve for the y is equal to sin x. So such type of curves, sin x, cos x, that comes under the category of the explicit curves. So these are all the single valued or multiple valued functions. Now another category is the parametric curves. So far you have also studied about these equations. A two-dimensional parametric curve has the following form: Pt is equal to ft, comma gt, or Pt is equal to xt, comma yt. So if it is in the form of the t, then such type of curve are called the parametric curves. Okay, and again the solution is same as in the preceding case. We will increase the value of xt, so we can calculate the value of yt and so on. And ultimately, we will collect a number of points in the table, and then at the end, we can draw the curve. So we must have the knowledge regarding the different types of curves, whether it is a parametric curves or explicit curves or implicit curves. So these are the different category of the curves, and so that we can draw the curves just by providing the values of x or y. Now another new word in the computer graphics is the fractals. So fractals are nothing but these are the complex pictures generated by the computer. So in this case, we use the iteration system, and we will get the values again and again. So we use the loop system in this case. So we can create or develop the fractals with the help of the algorithm. And in this case, whenever we are going to obtain a picture, then we use the iteration system. Here we repeat some points again and again, and those points will overlap. And due to the overlapping of the points, we will get a picture that will be very complex. So fractals are very complex pictures generated by a computer from a single formula. So they are created using the iterations. So we repeat the points again and again in this case. And there are various points which overlap over one another. So in this case, we will get the different values over and over again, taking into account the result from the previous iteration, and we use the iteration system in this case. So what are the different uses of the fractals we use in the astronomy? Because there are some figures, you can see how we will implement the different galaxies or rings of Saturn. So in this case, whenever we are going to design such type of figures or diagrams, then we use the repetition or overlapping of some points or pixels. Okay, so whenever there is a need of the overlapping, if we are going to design the galaxies, so galaxies, we will use the computer graphics, and how we can draw such type of galaxies or the rings of Saturn in the form of the circles or the elliptical forms. We use several points again and again, so they overlap to one another. So after overlapping, they gives a new picture that is called the fractals. Okay, so galaxies or the rings of Saturn are one of the examples of the fractals. Similarly, in case of the biology or chemistry, you can see if we are going to depict the bacteria cultures, okay, or chemical reactions or human anatomy, then we can see that there are diagrams or pictures, they are repeating again and again. Okay, similarly, for depicting the clouds, coastline and border lines, data compression, diffusion. So these are the various uses of the fractals. So there is a wide use of the fractals to form the landscapes, special effect, music. In case of the music also, there are few points, they overlap again and again. And with the overlapping result, we will get a picture of the fractals in the form of the fractals. Now we can see the diagram here. Okay. So how we will generate such type of figure, or we can say the picture or diagram or the image. So in this, there is a need arise to calculate various points, and those points, they overlap many times. And as a result of overlapping, we will get such type of picture, or we can say such type of image. So such type of image is called the fractal. So this is best example of the fractal. Even though we can use in case of the astronomy, that is for creating or developing the galaxies, and also the rings of Saturn, and also in case of the biology and the chemistry. So there is a big involvement of the fractals. Now, how can we generate the fractals? So these are the few examples of that. This is called the zeroth generation. This is the first generation, and this is the second generation. Okay, now it is a triangle. Just you can see. So fractals can be generated by repeating the same shape over and over again. Now you can see here. So this is the simple figure. This is the simple diagram of the triangle. Okay, but this is called the zeroth generation. Okay, but in this case, in figure B, you can see that this triangle here we are mixing, okay, and overlapping again and again. Similar triangle, just we are overlapping here, and due to the repetition of this triangle, we are going to generate a new diagram or the new figure. So you can see there are several triangles. This one, and again this one, again this one. Okay. So after generating or after combining several triangles, here we are filling some color. So as a result, we are going to generate a new image here, but with the help of this. Similarly, you can see this. This is called the second generation. Here the repetition, we are doing the repetition more times as compared to here. Okay, the figure is same, this triangle, but here repetition is less, here repetition is more. Okay, so as a result, so with the help of this initial diagram, we can generate such type of images, or we can also generate this type of, this is called the second generation, or we can generate more complex images. So with the help of the single triangle. Okay, so we are doing repetition here less time, but here repetition is more time of the same figure. So such type of repetition here is called the fractals, because fractals can be generated only by repeating the same shape over and over again. So now we can see the result of the repetition. Okay, so ultimately we will get such type of diagram, such type of image, or even more complex than this figure. So this is called the generation of fractals, and you have already studied that there is a big use of the fractals in the astronomy, in the chemistry, in the biology, etc. Now we have already finished this unit. Now this is the end of the second unit so far. So in computer graphics, we have already completed two units. And at the end, I am going to provide you few multiple choice questions for your practice, and also long answer type questions for your exam practice, so that you can do the practice for such type of questions. Okay, so these are the multiple choice questions, because in the coming, you can say, mid-term exam or the quiz, I will give you the test paper that will be based on the multiple choice question. So please do deep study from the book as well as from the notes. So I am going to provide you some multiple choice questions, and at the end of 2 or 3 units, I will give you a PDF of the multiple choice question of the computer graphics. So go through that, and also practice for the long answer type questions. Okay, for the final exam. So you have idea such type of questions. So this is nothing but the sample questions only for your practice, even it is a multiple choice question or the long answer type. So the first question is the basic attributes of a straight line segment are. Here the answer is already given. The basic attributes of a straight line segment are type, width, color, all of these. So here the answer is all of these. Okay. So this is only for your practice. So the basic attributes of a straight line segments are type is necessary, width is necessary, color is necessary. Okay, that we must be aware by the type of line, by type of line, whether it is a straight line, whether it is a curve, whether it is a parabolic, okay, whether it is a implicit or explicit or the fractal. So the type must be necessary. Okay. Similarly, width. This is also one of the basic attributes, and we must be aware by the width of the straight line. Okay. What is the width of the straight line which you are going to draw, and also the color. What will be the color of the straight line? So all these attributes are necessary and important. Now we can say that answer D is correct. Now another question, a dashed line would be displayed by generating, okay, a dashed line could be displayed by generating inter-dash spacing, very short dashes, both A and B, or A or B. So here a dashed line could be displayed by generating inter-dash spacing. So we must be aware by the inter-dash spacing. So question here answer A is correct. So a dashed line could be displayed by generating inter-dash spacing. We must be aware by the inter-dash spacing so that we can draw the dashed line. Third one is a dotted line can be displayed by generating. Now this is the dotted line, and in the preceding case it was dashed line. Okay, in this case we are going to draw the dashes, and in this case we are going to draw the line with the help of the dots. So a dotted line can be displayed by generating very short dashes with spacing equal to and greater than dash size, very long dashes with spacing equal to or greater than dash size, very short dashes with spacing equal to and greater than dash size. Okay, so how we will get the dotted line? So we can get the dotted line if there are very short dashes with spacing equal and greater than the dash size. Okay, so in this case, C answer is correct. So when we will get the dots, if there are very short dashes, okay, the length of the dash very short with spacing equal to and greater than the dash size. Okay, so ultimately here we will get the dot if these dashes are very short. So the answer is C here. Now another question, which of the following is not a line type? Now dashed line, dark line, dotted line, only B. So which of the following is not a line type? Which is not a line type? Dark line. We know that about the dotted line, dashed line, but there is no any such specification for the dark line. So which of the following is not a line type? It is not a line type. Okay, so dark line is not a line type. So only B. Okay, so here only B is the dark line. So which of the following is not a line type? So dark line is not the line type. Now another question 5. We have here only the 10 questions and then few long answer type questions. So question number 5 is the algorithm which displays line type attributes by plotting pixel spans is raster, line algorithm, raster, scan algorithm, random line algorithm, random scan algorithm. So the algorithm which displays line type attributes. Okay, so which let me know the name of the algorithm which displays line type attributes by plotting pixels spans. So in this case we use the pixel, but here we will get in the form of a line. Okay, so the name of such type of algorithm is raster line algorithm. So this is called the raster line algorithm. Okay, so part A is correct. Now sixth question, we can adjust the shape of the line ends to give them a better appearance by using. Okay, so here is line spacing, more dots, line caps, round caps. So we can adjust the shape of the line ends to give them a better appearance by using line caps. Okay, whenever we are going to draw the line, and if we want to show that the line ends, then what we do? We use line caps. Okay, we never use the line spacing or the more dots or the round cap. We use line caps. Okay, by using the arrowhead. So line caps give the better appearance. So C is correct answer. Now 7, we set the line color value in PHIGS with the function. Okay, this is the, it is a software, computer graphics software, PHIGS. Okay, it is a name of the software which is used for the computer graphics. We set the line color value in PHIGS with the function set polyline color index, set line color, set polyline color index. Okay, this is caps form, this is a small form, and only B. So answer A. A is correct. Set polyline color index. So in this software, whenever we are going to set the line color value, then we use the function or command set polyline color index. Okay. So this is the command, one of the command which is used to set the line color value. Now question number 8, a line drawn in the background color. A line drawn in the background color is visible, invisible, visible or invisible, only B. So here answer is only B, means invisible. A line drawn in the background color is, suppose if we are drawing a line and if it is in the background color, then it will be invisible. Okay, so answer is D, means only B, means invisible. Okay, so in the background color we cannot see the line. It will be invisible. Question number 9. One of the methods for displaying thick curves. So what is the name of the method to draw the or for displaying the thick curves? Is curve slope, curve width, curve cap, only C. So curve slope, because everything we will decide with the help of the slope. So one of the method for displaying thick curves is curve slope. So here we will use the name of the method is the curve slope. Now last question if the slope magnitude is 1, then circles, ellipse, and other curves will appear. Thick, thinnest, big, rough. If the slope magnitude is 1, so here the slope is given 1, then circle, ellipse, and other curves will appear thinnest. Okay, means it will be very thin, very thin. So if the slope magnitude is 1, then we will get the thin curves. Now these are the long answer type questions for this unit. So here you can see these are the long answer type questions. So first question is, what do you understand by circle generators? So you have already studied about the circle generators. Describe the circle generating DDA. Okay. So we have already discussed in the presentation in the slides regarding the circle generators and also about the circle generating DDA. And at the end of the unit 2, because we have already finished unit 2 in computer graphics, so within 2 or 3 days I will upload the notes of unit 2 on Google Classroom, okay, and also on my AMU profile, so that you can download from there or from the Google Classroom. But try to do everything from the Google Classroom. So it is very necessary that all of you please connect on the Google Classroom, because whatever we will do, any activity, we will carry on Google Classroom. Okay. So those who are not connected till now, please connect on the Google Classroom, because after few days or maybe on the next week, I am going to assign you assignments and I will give you the assignment. It will be not same for all students, but it will be unique assignment for all. And there will be some deadline and we try to submit before that. Okay, because there will be a validation and after that due date you cannot submit again. So to complete the assignment, I will give you mm, approximate 15 days or more than that. So I will instruct you on the Google Classroom. So second question, this is also long answer type, but it is a numerical. Generate a straight line from 10, 2 and 221, 8 using Bressenham's algorithm. Okay, so we have already studied about the Bressenham algorithm. Okay, in this case, first we will calculate x1, here is 10, x2, here is 21, y1 2, y2 8, and after that you have to calculate the value of delta x and delta y, and after calculating the values of delta x and delta y, please calculate the value of initial E. E is the error term. So calculate E is equal to delta y over delta x minus 0.5. So first calculate the value of E, that is called the error term, and after calculating the value of E, check whether E is less than 0 or greater than 0. Okay. So initial formula for E is delta y over delta x minus 0.5. So first calculate E, and after that you can decide. Okay, if E is greater than 0, then use y is equal to y plus 1. Okay, and there will be no change of x value, and again you have to calculate the new value of E. E is equal to E plus delta y over delta x. Okay, and again check whether E is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is less than 0, then increase x is equal to x plus 1 and again calculate the new value of E. So you can do up to as you will get the end point, that is 2 and we can say 8. Okay, these are the y values, or we can say up to 21 comma 8. So do the calculation as you will get the final point 21,8. Okay, so with the help of Bressenham algorithm, we can calculate all points, and at the end, you will write all such points in a table, and then you can draw the graph with the help of those points. So question number 3 is, what is an incremental method? Draw a straight line from point. Again, there is a numerical using simple DDA. So in this case, you can use the simple DDA algorithm. We have already done uh, one or two numericals based on the simple DDA and symmetrical DDA. So with the help of that numerical from the preceding slides, you can solve the numerical using the simple DDA as well as the symmetrical DDA. Okay, and what is an incremental method? You are already aware. You can give the example of the, suppose you are going to search an house number such and such. Then first you have to search the street number, and after that you can enter into the street and then can find the house number. So such type of method is called the incremental method, because you are increasing step by step. So these are again long answer type. Question number 4, 5, 6. Describe symmetrical DDA for drawing a straight line with suitable diagram. So in this case, describe what is the symmetrical DDA and then draw the straight line with the help of this method, or here you can also write the algorithm. You can discuss the algorithm for the symmetrical DDA. Again, this is the numerical using the simple DDA. Okay, the same numerical using the simple DDA and symmetrical DDA. Question number 6. Here, describe Bressenham algorithm in detail using C or Pascal programming. So in many books, the Bressenham algorithm already described, and it was written in Pascal programming. So you have the choice in the examination. You can write the Bressenham algorithm using the Pascal programming or the C programming. Okay, so there are few books in which the Bressenham algorithm designed with the help of the C programming. So you can use any algorithm. So these are the last question, triplets 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are also again long answer type. So what is an incremental method? Again, here you have to describe the method simple DDA for drawing the straight line, but along with that you have to also describe about the incremental method. So in this fashion you can reply your answers here. Okay, such type of question you can get. These are the sample questions, so you can get in the examination even any such type question. Okay, so question number 8, briefly explain about the continuous curves. What are the continuous curves, and draw a straight line from point -1 to 2 to 4, comma 10. So again you can solve for the simple DDA. And last one is the draw a straight line between points 7, 1 and 20, comma 9 using symmetrical DDA. So you are already aware by both symmetrical and simple DDA algorithm, because in symmetrical DDA you have to use the inequality 2 to the power n minus 1 less equal to maximum of mod x comma mod y, okay, less than 2 to the power n. So that you have to calculate the value of n, and after that you can calculate the value of epsilon delta x and epsilon delta y, and you can add epsilon delta x to the x values and epsilon delta y to y values, and so that you can calculate several points. Okay, and with the help of several points you can draw the straight line. So these are the basic questions for your practice. Okay, so do practice for such type of questions, multiple choice questions, as well as the long answer type questions. And if you have any problem, then you can discuss. So submit answers as early as possible on Google Classroom. Okay, so this is the material for Unit 2, and PDF I will upload after 2-3 days. Okay, of the computer graphics. So far we have finished here this unit. So any question you can ask. If you have any question, please. Anybody else?
सर रिपोर्ट जो है सर उसको कैसे सबमिट करना है गूगल क्लासरूम पे? लास्ट डे में आप बताएंगे जिस दिन होगा?
तो अभी कुछ लोगों ने गूगल क्लासरूम पे शायद कुछ जमा भी किया है उस पर, हमें मिला भी है उस पर। उसमें आप गूगल क्लासरूम में आप कनेक्ट हो चुके हो क्या ऑलरेडी? यू आर कनेक्टेड टू मी ऑन द गूगल क्लासरूम? Okay, then click on the on your name, okay, and in the Google Classroom you will find the classwork, and as you will click on the classwork, then you will go to the Google Classroom, and there you can submit anything. Okay, so there you can submit anything. If you have any problem, then you can ask again. Okay.